as promised, I'm going to be talking about exactly how I combine two extremely popular marathon training programs to come up with a hybrid version of my own that has led to shaving 32 minutes off of my marathon time and led me to run 3 sub-3-hour marathons. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Juliana, and I started this YouTube channel to showcase how I balance everything in my life from marathon training, growing my startup, and working a full-time 9-to-5 corporate job. So if you are interested in following along with my journey and learning more about how to balance everything in your life, make sure to hit that bell button down below and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so before I walk through this live example of putting together my training, I actually wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what my history has been so you can get a little flavor for where I'm coming from. So I've been running for 18 years and marathoning for 6 years. So I've been doing this a long time. I am not injury prone, knock on wood, and I've been able to build my mileage consistently over the years. So when I started marathon training, I was running about 60 miles a week, and that was a significant struggle for me. And now, 6 years later, I'm able to handle 80, 85 miles, and I'm even going to try to push a little bit more this winter as I train for Boston and get into the maybe 95-mile range. So it has taken me some time to get there. So I do just want to preface this whole video by saying that this training is something that I have grown to be able to do over numerous training cycles, building upon themselves, all without getting injured. So a little bit more about where I'm coming from right now as we dive into the 2026 Boston Marathon training cycle. I ran a 2:55 marathon in October in Chicago. So I had a pretty rough race. My body really wasn't where it should have been because I was having some issues on race day. If you're interested in learning more about that whole story, make sure to check out the video linked above. But effectively, I am now aiming to train around 6:30 to 6:35 as my marathon pace, since that 2:55 was about 6:41 pace. That feels a little crazy to say out loud, since that is my half marathon PR from just a few years ago. So it's really crazy as you start, building. Even if every marathon you're not improving with your time on the marathon day, you're still improving in some way, shape, or form from cycle to cycle. And even if your running isn't improving, you have to take time off, or you have to do something else, you're still improving on a mental level. And I think that if we can all learn how to take something away from our training cycles so that we're learning, we're growing, and we're becoming better as runners and as people, that's honestly a win. But after Chicago, I did take a few days off running and then about a month of just very easy running, slowly building up my mileage again. And then I was able to hold about 70 miles per week for several weeks before getting into this current training cycle. And last week, since it was my last week before training for Boston, I actually pulled it back to 50 miles a week so I could really allow my body to rest before hopping into another training cycle. I was also strength training. I strength train year round no matter what because I want to keep my body healthy and strong. But now I am planning on starting my training here for the Boston Marathon at around 70 miles per week. So now we can dive into exactly what that looks like and how I would create my own program using inspiration from Daniels and Fitz. Also, I'm sorry if my posture has been weird so far in this video. This is my current situation, and I think I would actually be arrested by the police if I moved.
Oh.
Okay, so when I'm putting together my training program here, I typically will start by looking at the Fitzinger Advanced Marathoning program. So these programs run from 12 weeks, and then he also has programs that go for 18 weeks. I tend to like doing the 18-week plan because it gives me a little bit of room to play around if there's anything that ends up happening. I get sick, I have to adjust things massively because of work or life or whatever. So that's what I personally do. And I do a combination of the 1885 and the 18100 plan. So my mileage tends to fall somewhere in between those two plans. And basically what that means is that the plan runs for 18 weeks and then it peaks at around 85 miles per week. And then the plan that's more mileage than that peaks at over 100 miles a week. And that's kind of a lot for me. So I've never done more than I think like 92 miles a week. So that's why I do somewhere kind of in between. I really like how the Daniels plan has a lot of speed work sprinkled throughout the entire marathon training cycle, whereas Fitz doesn't really have a ton of that. So that's why I do a combination of the two plans, and I've found a lot of success with that. So I'm gonna stop rambling and show you guys exactly what I do. Basically, with the Fitzinger plan, what I'll do is I can see here in this first week, Monday, it's an easy day. So I will go into my plan and I'll do more than 5 miles easy because I am just used to that at this point. I do more mileage than this 65 miles per week anyway. And then Tuesday, you can see that it is a lactate threshold workout and it's continuous. So if you pop over to the Daniels plan, you'll see that he also has lactate threshold in his 2Q plan. So this is the Jack Daniels 2Q plan from his Daniels running formula book. And so the 2Q stands for 2 quality days throughout the training programs. I find that these 2 quality days are extremely difficult. So I will rarely do any of his entire workouts. I kind of just look to them for inspiration and guidance. And I also really like that it's very rare that he has a week where he skips a marathon pace workout. I'm kind of masochistic in that way, but I love doing marathon pace workouts. I just think it's a really great training stimulus to get your legs prepared to run multiple miles at your marathon pace. So I love that he sprinkles them throughout the program and that he also adds in faster miles to long runs, not just marathon paced miles in long runs, which is what Fitz does. The other thing I will say though is that the 2 quality days tend to be extremely high mileage for both days. And for me, that's a lot. So I will chop down that second quality day. And especially in week 1, having an 18-mile long run and also a 17-mile medium long run is kind of aggressive. So I will do max maybe 12 miles, maybe 13 miles for my medium long run in that first week. So that being said, I'm popping back over to Fitz. Tuesday, he has the 4 miles at lactate threshold pace. And looking at Daniels, he also has the lactate threshold, but he has 4 more miles at lactate threshold. That is insane, especially in week 1. That's like, guys, that is a lot. So I'll just do the 4 miles at lactate threshold, call it a day. Honestly, in Florida, it is so hot here year round that sometimes I can't even do 4 miles continuous at lactate threshold. I have to do a mile at a time and treat them more like mile repeats than true continuous lactate threshold sustained work. It's rough out here. So Tuesday, I will probably bump it up to 10 miles total instead of 9 miles, just a little quirk. But I also don't get hung up on numbers. Like if I were out there and I was dying, I would definitely just cut back to 9 or even 8 miles. And that's the other thing with this entire situation is that you have the power to adjust what you want to do on a day-by-day basis. You do not have to be beholden to any training plan, even if you created it yourself. You can break a contract with yourself if it's not the right thing for you to do. So I just wanted to emphasize that and make it clear. Okay, so Tuesday, 10 miles and then 4 at lactate threshold. And I don't really know what my lactate threshold pace is, to be completely honest. So I will probably just go out there and wing it. I feel like the first couple of weeks of any training program, you're kind of trying to understand your body, where it's at, what your paces are. So that's totally fine. And I personally love running mostly by feel instead of rigidly sticking to paces. And I have several different videos where I talk about all of this, but this one linked above is a really good one if you want to learn more about how to listen to your body when you are running. So Fitz here has a medium long run the day after this lactate threshold workout. I sometimes am okay doing a medium long run the day after a speed workout, but I do find, especially early on when my body's not used to this speed, it's best to kind of just chill and relax. So that's what I'm going to do. I am not going to do a medium long run. I'll maybe do a medium long run. Well, let me schedule out the rest of the week and then we'll see what I'll end up doing. So Tuesday, 4 miles lactate threshold. I'll probably do another 8 miles easy on Wednesday. And then what else does he have? So I did my recovery day here. He has a general aerobic. So Fitz calls these general aerobic runs. Like basically you're supposed to, it's not quite recovery, but it's also not a workout. You're kind of supposed to keep your heart rate and your effort in a zone that is comfortably easy or comfortably hard, depending on how you want to look at it, but you don't want to be exhausting yourself. He has more explanation in his book, which again, highly recommend you get that if you're interested in nerding out about what all this stuff means. But I will probably do my 10 miles of the general aerobic on Thursday. But I honestly, when I'm training, I usually just treat these as easy miles because I'm just tired from training. So I don't even try to go to faster pace or faster or harder effort or anything. I really just keep it easy. And then Friday is when I will be doing that medium long run. So 12 medium long run. And these I usually do at an easy pace. Okay, Saturday is a recovery day, so I'll probably do like 7 miles easy on Saturday. And then Sunday, Fitz has an easy long run. Daniels has a long run. Let's see what psychotic workout he has. 5 miles easy, 6 miles at marathon pace, 1 mile at threshold, 5 miles at marathon pace, and a mile easy. Yeah, that's a no from me. I'm gonna stick to 17 miles. I will do some form of marathon pace work. I actually kind of jumped the gun a little bit and did a marathon pace workout last week on the treadmill because I had to do my long run inside because it was so hot and I got out so late and I was so bored. I was like, what can I do to make this thing pass by quicker? So I did like 4 by 2 miles at marathon pace. It actually went pretty well. It was like, I think 6:31 on average for my marathon pace miles. So yeah, I feel like this week I could probably do maybe 2 by 4 miles at marathon pace. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I often will come up with my workout like literally during the workout because it's either too hot here, I'm too tired, my body isn't feeling great, or I don't know, I wanna do something different. So I might adjust this further. You guys will have to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so you can see how I adjust my workouts on the fly. But anyway, it's very important to listen to your body so that you can also make adjustments on the fly if you just aren't feeling a workout. Like, that's totally fine. Okay, so we can see here for week 1, we are at 72 miles total for week 1. So that's pretty much in line with kind of the mileage that I had been holding going into the training cycle after I'd recovered from Chicago a little bit. So I feel like this is good. Okay, so for week 2, he has another easy day. I will probably do maybe 7 miles easy. Honestly, I'm just gonna put this as 6 to 8 miles easy because I really do listen to my body, and depending on how I'm feeling, I will do less or I'll do more. Usually not more than 8 though for a recovery day. Okay, and then Tuesday he has this general aerobic with hill sprints and strides. Okay, let's go see what Daniels has to offer us. Daniels has, why is this such a random workout? 3 miles at threshold, an hour easy, 2 miles at threshold, and 2 easy. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that workout. That seems pretty rough. I don't know what I'm gonna do instead. I do like this Q2 workout though. This 5 times 1,000 kilometers and then 6 times 400. So this I will probably cut down. I'm not gonna do 5 times 1,000. I will probably do maybe like 4 times 1,000 and then 4 times 400 meters. I like that. I'm not doing this 15 miles. I'm gonna do 12 miles, maybe 13. We'll see. So that's the other thing that I kind of like doing, looking at Daniels and then also looking at Fitz, is that Fitz, especially in these higher mileage plans, he has a bunch of medium long runs throughout the week. And so instead of trying to get in a day of speed, 2 medium long runs, a marathon paced runs, you basically have like 1, 2, 3, 4 workouts in the week. I will sometimes combine the speed with the workout. And I find that that works well for my body. So honestly, since I'm gonna do a marathon pace workout on Sunday, I will probably need 2 days of rest really to be effective on Wednesday. So I'm gonna do a general aerobic, just 10 miles easy basically, on Tuesday in week 2. On Wednesday, I am going to do my speed workout. So this will be 12 to 13 miles total. Let's just call it 12. And then I will do this 4 by 1K and 4 by 400. And that should be good enough for me. Okay, what else? And then after that, I'm definitely gonna need some sort of like chill recovery day to get my body back together. And then I will probably be good to do maybe like a little bit of a medium long run that next day, and then more chill, easy miles. And then Sunday, honestly, I might just do the long run easy because I did a marathon pace workout the week before. I don't know. It'll kind of be a game day decision again. But I do think 18 miles is okay. Honestly, if I'm feeling good, I'll do some sort of speed work, but if anything, it would be something that would cut down a little bit within the marathon pace work. So it would be something like 3 miles at marathon pace plus 1 at threshold, and then I would do that 2 times. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. So I don't know if this was helpful or confusing, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of insight into what goes on in my brain when I'm planning my runs. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated and see how I actually end up adjusting these runs on the fly, day by day, because I do quite a bit of adjusting. So anyway, thank you as always for being here, and I really appreciate your support. And let me know if you have any questions down in the comments section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.